It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Glad you're with us. Our guest is Eric Busch. He is the mayor of the city of El Segundo. And when you think about how the city grew up, one of the most important companies to that city was Chevron. As a refinery, it gives so much to the city in terms of jobs and taxes, but you were concerned that maybe this company was being undertaxed. Tell me what you did and what you uncovered.
Well, thanks for inviting me,
Please.
Brad. Appreciate that. Chevron is and has always been a great benefactor for the city of El Segundo. The city originated and grew up around Chevron's El Segundo Refinery. So, you know, we owe quite a bit of our history to Standard Oil and Chevron, and we're proud of that history. I had asked the city manager to just take a look at how does our refinery stack up against other refineries in the state of California, specifically with a focus on Southern California, because there's some differences between the north and the south in the state. And what we found based on our numbers was that the El Segundo refinery was on the lower end, if not the lowest. It was actually the lowest if you take a look at all the taxes paid. So we're currently in a process. There was a little bit of controversy.
A little bit.
But we're currently in a negotiation with Chevron, and the city is, and we're working through making sure they can see our numbers, trust our numbers, have faith in our numbers.
But was it that they were interpreting the tax code inappropriately, differently than they should have been, or is it that you're just not taxing them enough?
No, Chevron has paid every dime that the city has ever asked them to pay.
So what's the issue?
So the issue that I was focused on is just, is it equitable in comparison to the other refineries in the state?
And your determination was it was not equitable.
And our determination was they could be paying a little bit more in order to get them in the median range of refineries in Southern California.
And what are they saying?
So they have said, let's negotiate. And they said that back in January, and that's exactly what we're doing. And our goal is to have an agreement by June 1st of this year.
The challenge, though, is that we are seeing gas prices rise right now. And the reason we're seeing them, I understand, go up is because refineries are hoarding oil for fear there may be a run on oil if there is a conflict with Iran. So the timing's tricky, no?
Well, the timing is really independent. There's other geopolitical things happening in the world that are making people skittish about oil. And so I think really they're two independent things. And what's happening in El Segundo just happened to occur, you know, at the end of last year. Once we had gotten through our negotiations and we were able to focus on some other things, we got the data back and we immediately went to Chevron and said, hey, this is something that you should take a look at, and we need to work together. And ultimately, we got to the point where, yes, we're going to work together and we're going to negotiate an agreement.
So presumably that will result in more money into the coffers of the city of El Segundo.
Hopefully, yep.
But how do we make it so that doesn't mean it's just higher gas bills for you and I who are living throughout the state of California and elsewhere?
Well, I mean, to say that when a oil company pays more tax that it's not going to affect the price at the pump is not realistic. It will affect the price, but the effect will be so small because what we're talking about is, you know, a few $1 million a year, whereas, you know, that refinery handles 11 million gallons of oil a day. They provide 20% of the gasoline that Southern California burns.
I understand.
And 40% of the Jet A at LAX.
Okay, his name is Eric Busch. He is the mayor of El Segundo. My name is Brad Pomerance. Thanks for watching Time Warner Cable's local edition. We're going to send you back to HLN.
It's been a pleasure.